Morning, Tello. Morning, Frizu. All right, guys, I do have the risk disclosure up. We're going to wait for a few more folks to join us here before we get started. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see my screen okay. Awesome. Excellent, Salo. Yeah, so I'm glad you were able to access it. I did try to get that out as soon as I could. And I think I added a couple others to the library there. Hey, Rocky. So we're just waiting here, guys, for a few more folks to join us here before we get started. I do have the risk disclosure up. You guys can peruse that before we get started here. I'd like to see if we can get to at least a certain number before. Hey, Keith. Yeah, so the other thing I guess want to remind everyone is if you are not a subscriber, which I don't believe that's the case. I think, most of you, if not all of you, are subscribers. Don't be shy about hitting the like button, okay? Encourage me to wake up every morning to provide this content for you. Hey, Niels. Yeah. So yeah, don't be shy with the like button. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase this risk disclosure here. I'm not going to read it verbatim here, but basically, what I'm here for is strictly to provide general information only. I'm none of the information that's being provided by the company or myself is intended as investment advice. Okay. It is not an offer to solicit, to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk. Okay. And an investor could lose potentially all or more their initial investors' capital, and that we should be only using risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Should be used for trading. So nothing contained here. It is to solicit to buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and that past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that I got that out of the way, GC has some data issues. Okay, we'll see. See if I'm impacted by that or not. Yeah, Niels, I use TradingView, but I'm connected through Trade08, so I'm not using the data provided by TradingView specifically. So as long as Trade08 is providing the correct, okay, we'll check and see. We'll check and see, and if necessary, we'll move to potentially an alternative source. I do have one. All right. We'll stop sharing here, and we'll start with the review of News. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here and look at the economic calendar. All right. Now, I don't believe today. I'm going to confirm here in a second. Given the shorter week, might have shifted the EIA report, which normally comes out on Wednesdays for those crude oil, for those who trade crude oil. Okay. Let's double confirm that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select 2 and 3 star events. Apply. All right. All right. Yeah. So as I suspected, I don't see the EIA report coming out today. I suspect because of the holiday that's been shifted to tomorrow. Okay. So let's see. Just double confirm that. EIA initial jobless claims. There it is. Crude oil report is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay. So no crude oil report. Okay. So nothing to affect us necessarily today in the crude oil market. And we only have, a number of 2-star events happening later this afternoon. We have a couple of members of the FOMC members speaking, member Williams and member Bostic speaking at 1:45, and this last one probably will not have an impact on us. So later in the afternoon, okay, or I guess later this morning for me, we have a couple of news events that could have an impact potentially. Okay, it goes without saying, guys, that I have the 10 a.m. All right, 10 a.m. option expiration. Okay, that's also an event that you need to make a note of on a daily basis. Okay, that does affect gold and crude oil. Okay, so that's should be already penciled in your checklist. Okay, all right. Black screen, interesting. Okay, let's skip to the screen that matters, and that is our charts. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the charts. All right, I'm going to take a look at, and oh, there is some sort of problem with, okay, this is, okay. Let's go over here. So I don't know how much history I'm going to have here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the contract for the August. So Q. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and modify this to the Q contract here, Q24. Oh, it didn't work. It's not 20, 30, 30. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and expand this out. Let me double confirm that you guys can see my still. Okay, one more time and share my screen. All right, so a couple of attempts here to make that happen. Okay, guys, see my screen now? Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm using the August contract here. So let's see if how much history. Hopefully, it's enough history for me to do what I need to do. And I believe it is. Okay. All right. So looking at the daily chart, I'm going to turn off some of these levels here since I'm not too concerned about them at the moment. I'll leave VWAP there. So, all right. So looking at the daily, we've been, I guess, of late a bit, a bit bearish. We did get a reaction away from this area here. Looks to me like it could be demand. We got a little bit of a 3-bar reversal, with the expectation that it was going to head higher, and today is met with more selling. Okay, got a little 3-bar reversal here on the daily, expecting price to potentially continue higher, right? Only to be met with sellers and heading lower. All right, so yeah, so it looks like, assuming that this candle stays as it is, there's a possibility that we continue a move to the downside. All right, so I would say it's a bit bearish to me, or assuming that this is the swing that matters at this point. Okay, so daily's bearish, 4-hour coming up here, equally as bearish. Okay, maybe a bit on the range side. I'm going to remove this here. Go ahead and remove this. It's too large of a range to pay attention to on the daily. Okay, so we have, again, similar kind of things, kind of price action that happens. It's happening here as well. We got an area here that I'm willing to draw this on. Okay, we're getting some reactions away from this area. All right, I'm going to draw this in as green, since we've had multiple attempts here away from this area here. Okay, let's see if I can recapture this. All right, so yeah, so we've had multiple reactions. Okay, 1, 2, 3 reactions away from this area. We are above settlement. No, we're not. We're below settlement, above EMA, and below VWAP. So 2 of 3 is saying sentiment is lower here. Okay. I don't know. Let's see, 4-hour. Okay, yeah. So 4-hour, again, I would say that the lion's share of indications are that we are bearish. Okay. We have this remaining item here, including the demand level that's been established as kind of like the last significant stand here for the bulls. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay, so now that we have a regular day, I don't need to extend my volume profile all the way to through Monday. All right, so I have a full session, okay, that we had yesterday. So let's go ahead and open up the volume profile. If I can look at it. Okay, fixed range round profile here. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and locate not Monday. I'm going to locate the one on Tuesday. This 530 bar, drag that across to the 1330 bar. And there we have it. So price is below value. All right. I'm given most inclined here to annotate this with, I don't know if it's going to give us too much more information here, of doing an anchored VWAP off of this point here. Okay. So we have a couple of areas here. I don't know how much more information that this is giving us, and may give us potentially an earlier opportunity to participate in this downside move that's taking place in gold. We did get one reaction away. I'm just drawing an anchored VWAP off of the significant swing or significant turn that we received in the gold market in overnight trading or at the start of London here. Okay, so that's kind of a new development that I've started to introduce here, guys. I'm starting to introduce anchor VWAP where I see a significant swing, or turn or event. Then I want to see how I'd like to generate an anchored VWAP to see if there's another level that I could potentially leverage or lean on support, in this case, a continuation trade. All right. Was there a contract rolling GC? TOS is a gap from last night. I don't know exactly what's going on. But I do know that I'm not able to use the continuous contract, at least on my platform. I'm not sure, DCAT. I wish I had an answer to that question, but I do not. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the charts. Okay. So we have, we're below value. Let's go ahead and open up initial balance. We're opening up a really larger, I guess, initial balance range. Okay. So we are kind of in pretty deep into this demand zone that I had drawn on the 4-hour chart. Okay. About halfway to it, coming into a settlement price from, I guess it's back. I don't know if this is Friday or Monday, probably Monday. Okay. Coming into a settlement price from Monday here. Okay. All right. Let's try to recapture this arrow. Probably going to need this here at some point. Okay. All right. So we're below value. Okay. We are so below anchor VWAP and the standard VWAP, and we are also below settlement price. Okay. All indicating lower prices. Okay. Now we are coming into a demand area on the 4-hour chart. Okay. This could eventually provide us an opportunity for maybe potentially to fade this move down, okay, off of maybe say IB edge or this edge of this demand zone. All right. Let's go ahead and open up ADR. We're probably already exceeding it. Okay. So the fact that we've already exceeded it so early in the market could be an indication that we are potentially in a sustained auction to the downside. Okay. Given the fact that we've already broken the ADR low. Okay. All right. So let's start to capture some of these levels here, and then we'll finish up our hypos. And then I need to. So we got ADR low here at let's call it, I think 2367. ADR low 2367. We got not 57 but 67. All right, 67. All right, we got ADR high here. ADR high at 23. No. That's settlement. ADR high, we'll call it 2402. 2402.6. Okay. Then we have settlement. Settlement is was that 2379.3, 2379.3. We're turn off ADR here for a second and turn on ASR. Okay, so ASR also is around similar levels, so we're going to call this 2365 ADR low or ASR low, 2365.5, I think it was. Let's confirm that. Yes, 5. And then on the top side, I just lost that. Let's see. On the top side, we have 2383.3. 2383.3. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's talk through some hypos here. So one hypo, given that we are in a 4-hour demand. Okay, I'm looking to the left here. Okay, I see a pretty significant, pivot here. All right, this could be an area where we could get a reversal, right? Maybe off of IB edge, maybe a failed auction, right? Maybe a break of IB and then a failed auction to the upside. That's a possibility. Okay. That's a couple of scenarios, I think, to the bullish side, right? Maybe all the way down to this level here at 23.52. Okay, 23.52, maybe as low as 23.49. Right, this older ASR level. Okay, could offer an area for a reversal. Okay, in price, so that's a bullish scenario. If we're looking more bearish, well, I would say that, looking to see maybe if anchor VWAP could provide maybe a little rally, could provide us another. Although this would potentially be the third time. All right. So anchor VWAP, anything along anchor VWAP could provide us a continuation trade to the downside. All right. And then ultimately we have the bottom of these ADR or ASR levels that could also serve as a location for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so the bottom end, say 2364.1. All right, so those are a few scenarios on the gold. Okay, let's take a look and see. Sucks that you can't change contracts. They're still in. You trade what you have. Yes, absolutely, Keith. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and so I think that's pretty much what I have for gold. Okay, so I'm gonna like in most circumstances, I don't see anything here that immediately draws my attention here. I'm just trying to see if the 15-minute chart is starting to develop a bullish candle. It's not yet, so I do see a buying being developed. We have just started the top of the hour here. So unless I get some sort of bullish action here, so already kind of adjusted this ASR here. Let's see. This is now 2371. 2371.8. And then yep. And then we have, what is that, 2348.8. 48.8. Okay, so some of these newer ASR levels given the session here. So yeah, so some levels to keep in mind. All right, we are starting to get a little reaction here. Looks like the bulls are trying to make an attempt to reverse this price action. We're starting to see a little bit of a slowness, I would say, in price heading lower here. So yeah, it seems reasonable to me that maybe off of IB edge or some of these levels that we have identified here at ASR could provide us, a bit of a potential reversal in price, would make for a relatively nice opportunity to the upside, right? Up to anchor VWAP or up to the other side of value here. Okay, not value, but initial balance range. All right. So let's go ahead and save this away. I'm going to go ahead and open up the crude oil chart. Okay. All right, so crude oil, we're going to go ahead and open up the daily. All right, we're going to expand this out here. Okay, we're going to turn off some of these levels. Initial balance for now. Settlement will leave. We'll move this off to the side here for a moment. We'll get rid of this retracement levels and maybe even this channel. Let's go ahead and remove all. Just go ahead and remove all draws. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we did get a break above some structure here. We are developing a little bit of a bearish candle on the start of the day here, but we're coming off of an important level. Okay, that has been, if you look to the left, it's each time it's come down to it is reversed away from it, and the level that I'm talking about here is this 233-day EMA. All right, so we have the potential here of some continuation to the upside. We did break some structure here. We're still kind of being controlled by this swing. This is really, I guess, in comparison to some of these other levels here. This is significant that it broke above it, but there's still more, how we say, more to hoe here. Okay, for me to really change my view of this market, right? So in any case, we're looking, basically it seems like we're kind of moving from a ranging market to a potential bullish market. Okay, range to bullish, assuming that we can get a candle that extends this area. Okay, on the daily 4-hour chart. Okay, we are above some of these levels that we care about. Again, I'm going to, again, I don't know if it's going to provide us much in the way. I'll do this in the 30-minute chart, but I will start to draw these anchored VWAPs on significant pivots, right? Significant turns and changes in swing here. Okay, to help me understand the general direction of the market. We have a developing 4-hour bearish or bullish engulfing candle here, which is about 55 minutes away from closing here. All right, so we'll keep our eyes focus on that aspect. All right, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. We are just above settlement price, below VWAP. Okay, and as I mentioned, I'm kind of interested in doing an anchored VWAP off of this pivot down below. All right, and see what that. Oops, that's not what I wanted. What do they draw? All right, right about here. Okay, so this provides us another area that, where price could potentially reverse off of. That seems to be hovering around this 233-day EMA, and I'm using this little pivot down below, kind of extreme area, as my source, right? As my guide, right? So we have price above the EMA, above this anchor VWAP, below this standard VWAP that we normally use, right, to start the day. Okay, we have settlement price here that could also provide us an opportunity for a reversal in price. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile. Let's locate not the Friday. Let's focus in on Tuesday at top of the hour. Drag that to 1330, where it is. Okay, so we're just above value. All right, stretch this out as much as I can, make it nice and visible to everyone. Okay. We're just above value. I'm going to go ahead and extend this line to the right. Okay, so this is value area high, which again could provide us a kind of bouncing point, right? Reversal area here, right? And we also have settlement, right? These two areas that we could use as a kind of a springboard for price to continue higher. Let's go ahead and open up ADR. Okay, so we have ADR below, so we're kind of middle of the range. We have ADR below us here, and then we have ADR above us, so we're somewhere in the middle. Okay, we'll go ahead and open up initial balance. The initial balance is relatively small so far, but this is the first 30-minute bar. Okay, all right, let's start talking levels. Some price levels we care about. So ADR high here, let's call it 8113. Okay, 8113, 8113. ADR low is 79, 7939, 7939. Okay, and then we have settlement price, settlement at 79.83. Okay, 79.83, 83. That's settlement. All right, and then we'll go ahead and turn off ADR here. Let's see where it is. That right there. We'll turn that on, off. Okay, and we're going to turn on ASR. So we have A8071 on the top side, ASR 8071, and then bottom end we have 7944, 7944. Okay. So what are some hypos? Well, we already talked about one of them, right? We could get a reversal off of value area high. If we do get price to close inside value here, okay, then we have the potential of a maybe value area acceptance, okay, play, right, inside. The only thing I'm kind of worried about here is we do have settlement price here. We also have what appears to be a little bit of a demand zone, right? And then we have the top end of yesterday's SR that could keep from price from traversing through the entire range of value. We do have that's we have one bullish, right, off of value, one bearish continuation down to down and through value. Okay. We also have this ASR level down below here at 79.44 that could offer us an opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did with go ahead and identify this high as my kind of guide here, right? So as long as price stays below this anchored VWAP, then I will look for continuation opportunities to the downside. Okay, so we got some confluence there with anchor. I'm using this top of market, okay, or the top, most recent top, okay, of the market, top of day, I guess, high of day, and we'll use that kind of as a our focal point, as our anchor for opportunities potentially for continuation trades to the downside. All right, let's take a look. What is anchor VWAP? There's no real setting. I'm using the defaults that are made available. I don't modify it other than to turn off what is it? I turn off all the bands. Okay, so all these bands I turn off. Inputs all standard, right? So again, I don't high low. Yeah, so I'm just using the defaults here. I have not modified it other than not to draw the bands. Okay. All right. Yeah. So anchor VWAP is just another reference level to keep me on the right side of the trend. That's really all it's there for. And also provide me maybe a potential, reversal location for me to participate in this continuation trade. So right now, I would say, again, we should be looking for opportunities to the downside. We do have some reference levels below us that could offer us opportunities for reversal in price. Below us, we have settlement. We have the ASR high from a day ago. And then we also have the current one for today that could also provide us some areas for reversal. All right. I think that's all I have to say for crude oil. Let's go ahead, kind of move on to the equities here. So let's do this. We'll leave this. All right. So let's open this up here to NQ. All right. Let's let's turn this off here for a second. Okay, let's. Something I'm experimenting with, an indicator to help me with the multi time frame trend, guys. Nothing to alert you of. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm aware of what the higher time frame trend is telling me. Okay. And in this case, I feel like a market that's, having a little bit of trouble, you know, getting legs. All right. So we have, we're starting to see a little bit of slowing down in this move higher, right? With each green candle, we're met with an equally strong candle to the downside. We have a developing, um, bearish candle here on the daily, very strong bearish engulfing candle. Obviously, we're in new area, a new uncharted area, but nonetheless, we have to rely on what this candle is telling us. Right now is bearish. Okay, still developing since it's the daily 4-hour chart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off initial balance because initial balance is still not. And we're going to remove some of these drawings. All right. So overnight trading, pretty much, I guess, flat to down, right? We are below settlement price. We are below VWAP. And I would say that this area down here would be an area of interest down below because what did I have here? Well, we had a conviction bar, right? We had a Bigfoot sighting here, right? Here, right? No wicks on either end, strong body. So if price comes back down to this area, expectation is that that will generate some sort of reversal in the market, okay, to the upside. That's how I use these levels. These levels serve as reference points for potential bounces. Okay. 30-minute chart. Going to leave that 4-hour demand zone there. Okay. Seems like it's kind of like grinding its way down to that level. Okay. So yeah, it's coming. Market has broken some structure to the downside. It is below VWAP. It is below settlement. It is below EMA. Everything down, down, down. But we are coming into an area where I would potentially believe that there might be some buyers in the brush, so to speak. Okay. So this area right here, this entire area could provide us a bounce back up to EMA, back up to VWAP, back up to settlement price. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on ADR. We've already exceeded ADR to the downside. Okay. It exceeded 80 to the downside. So we could very well be in somewhat of a sustained auction to the downside. Right. I'm going to go ahead and draw now my newly minted anchored view. I'm going to go ahead and pick this level up here and see what it does. And here gives me another, kind of alternative level for me to support this move to the downside. Okay. Areas where I can take a manageable amount of risk to support a continuation trade to the downside. All right. So let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Let's see if I can find it here. I always forget where it is. Here it is. And I'm going to locate the 930 bar right here, drag that across to the 430 bar right about there. Okay. So no surprise, right, that we are below value, right, given this price action. All right. We're below value. This, again, will also offer us another reference level that would support a potential, price were to come back to this level. This could be another area for a continuation trade to the downside. So we have multiple levels above us that could support as reference levels for bearish trades. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start calling out these levels here since we are kind of coming close to the start of the market. So let's see here. We got ADR high here at, what is that? 19,046.50. 19,046.50. We got ADR low at what is that? 18,801.75. 18,801.75. We got settlement price. Settlement at 18,940.50. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off ADR. ADR, going to turn on my ASR here. I got 19, was that 05 as my top, 19,005. This might get adjusted here with the open of the equities. And then on the low side, we have, what was that, 825, 835, 50, 835, 50. All right. All right. So these are some reference levels that I'm going to be, keeping my eye on. All right. We've already talked about some scenarios. Okay. We're going to be looking for some potential continuation trades if I get them right. We did get a continuation. Look how it came, broke this level, came back and tested ASR and continued lower. So I'm going to be looking for something along those lines. I'm going to be looking to see if this is anchored VWAP provides me an opportunity, right, up into levels. EMA providing me another opportunity for a continuation trade. Maybe ASR itself again. Okay. So those are my scenarios. Okay. As far as bullish, well, I need to look to the left and see if I can find some reference levels on the left-hand side that would provide me some confidence for a reversal trade to the upside. All right. Going to take a look and see if there's any questions. Bearish expanding triangle forming on the daily. Okay. Yeah, I look for major turns and swings. Okay, if I see it reacting off, say, if I start to see reaction off of say this demand zone here, then I would be inclined. To draw it from that point. Okay, right now the most significant swing that I see here is to the downside, so I pick a spot where that swing started. Okay. That answer your question, Niels? Okay. All right. Let's move on because the market is about to open here. So I have still a couple of markets I need to review. So again, we're gonna quickly look at the daily. All right, quickly look at the daily. Again, I don't expect the daily to tell us much different than what we've already seen. All right, in some of these other markets. Okay. But I see what appears to be a developing move, okay, to the downside. All right. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Okay. I have a bearish engulfing, rather daunting bearish engulfing that is about to break some structure to the downside. And if that happens, honestly, I really don't see anything in its way to get all the way down to this level here at 5,025, which is what almost a $400 or $300 300-point move in the S&P. Okay, so that's relatively significant here. Okay, if price manages to close below, that's what's kind of telling us. I don't see anything in any of this. Maybe here. Okay, this is what 5140. This could be an area. What was resistant becomes supportive. But otherwise, I'm seeing this demand zone coming into play again. All right. So it looks like we're moving from bullish to range to potentially bearish in the S&P. All right. Looking at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is telling us much the same. Okay. We've kind of reacted away. Go ahead to remove some of these drawings. We've kind of reacted away from we're below VWAP. We're below settlement. Okay. All right. We're breaking potentially some structure here to the downside, although this candle has yet to close. So certainly EMA is in the sights, I would say, for this move, right? This EMA level at I don't know, was that 52? Let's call it 52.3175. Let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Fixed range volume profile for Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and look at the All right. Oh, that's not, I'm looking at the wrong chart. No wonder. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. Okay. The chart everything below the levels that we care about, right? We're below settlement. We're below EMA. We're below VWAP. Okay. We're going to be drawing anchored VWAP here in a minute, but that's probably going to be giving us the same kind of information here. Okay. I'm going to go locate the 930 bar from Tuesday. Here we are. Drag that across to the 1330 bar. All right. So again, no surprise that we're below value. Let's go ahead and turn on some ADR levels. Okay. So we've already exceeded ADR to the downside. So we could be in a sustained auction to the downside, right? We are about to break some significant daily levels, which could translate to further price action to the downside. All right, I'm going to go ahead and locate my anchored VWAP here, and I'm going to use this level here. Okay, and this gives me another reference level for what we see. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas where price could potentially reverse from. Okay, as part of a continuation trade. All right, so let's go ahead and call some of these levels out. Got ADR high here at what is this level here? 53.45. ADR high 53.45. ADR low is what's this? 53.0275. 53.0275. And we have settlement price is 53.2475. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn off ADR, turn on ASR here real quick. And we got 53.46, not too far off from what we had as ADR. And then we have 53.11 to the downside. This will probably get adjusted here on the open of the session. All right. These are placeholders for some levels to care about. Okay. All right. I would say, similar set of hypos that we've discussed. If I'm looking bullish, which would be difficult right now, given the strength of this move to the downside, and given the fact that we're breaking some daily structure to the downside, I have to look to the left. Okay. And if I look to the left, well, I have an area here at 52, let's say 52.75. Okay. That could offer a bounce. And that bounce might not be too sustainable, but it could potentially give me a move, provide me a move back to, say, VWAP. Okay, one of these VWAPs, maybe potentially to the belly of ASR. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. If I'm bearish, well, I kind of have to wait for some sort of retracement back to some known reference level. It's difficult for me to participate in a short. I'm not really keen on paying retail. Okay, going to kind of pop in here. Looks like we have some folks here who have kind of parting ways. So thank you, Frizu. Thank you, Yatkin. All right, so let's close out here with a review of the YM. Okay, and that'll be the end of our session. Okay, so looking at the YM. When we were looking at the YM yesterday, YM by far was the most bearish of the three equities, and it continues to be. All right, it continues to be. Right, we see some pretty significant bearish price action going on on the daily. Okay, 4-hour chart. Okay, similar story. We continue to drive lower. Okay, really, I'm not seeing much in its way. I mean, it does. There's a few levels that were below us, but we could easily get down to the 38,000 level. Is kind of what I'm seeing right now on the YM 30-minute chart. Okay, so 30-minute chart, again, we're below everything that we at, right? Below the EMA, below settlement, below VWAP, and I haven't even drawn my anchor yet. Okay, I draw my anchored VWAP, we will be below that as well. Okay. I'm going to pick, I'm not sure. I'm going to pick this level here. Okay. So we are below this level, and notice how anchor VWAP is around the same level as settlement price. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and open up ADR. Okay. We have already exceeded ADR to the downside. Again, we could be headed, as you can see on the daily, we're in some, pretty significant swing on the daily to the downside. Okay. So let's see here. ADR, just going to call out ADR high here. ADR high here at what is this? ADR high here at 39,806, 39,086. Okay, we have ADR low at 38,755, 38,755. Okay, we have settlement at 38,944. I'm going to go ahead and turn off ADR here a minute and turn on ASR. That's not giving us two different levels. We have 39,205 on the top side, 39,205. And then we have ADR low, ASR low here at, what is that, 38,930, 38,930, 38,930. Again, we'll probably need to adjust these when the market opens here in less than a minute, I think. All right. So just managed to get, so those are pretty much the same. We're going to be looking for some opportunities to the bearish side if they give it around along the lines of VWAP. If I'm bullish, well, I'm going to look to the left and see if I can find an area here where I can kind of lean on, maybe on a 4-hour or the daily demand zone that could offer me an opportunity. But right now it looks awfully bearish. Okay. We've broken some of these ranges, average daily range, average session range to the downside. Okay. But it's difficult to participate at what I would call retail prices if I'm a seller. Okay. All right. I think that is it for me, guys. You see how it adjusted. I'm gonna have to adjust these AS levels. We got some new levels that have been established. So we're going to go ahead and change those here. So we're going to, is that 38,757. And then we have 38,479 are my ASR levels. Okay. So these areas right here, this area right here in particular, could offer me an opportunity for a reversal in price, as can initial balance edge. And this initial balance edge is being developed here. Okay. Could offer me, once we get through the first hour trade, initial balance edge could offer me an area for a potential reversal in price. Okay. All right. I think that is it. So again, encourage you guys to hit the like button, pepper the like button with some clicks. I'd like to wish everyone a good, a solid trading session. So at the end of the day, we want to trade like a pro and be a market trader, guys. All right. I'll be hopping into the coaches Ray's room here. I'll catch some of you guys there. Otherwise, I will catch you in group coaching later this afternoon. Also in the same room there. All right. So de nada, Paula. Que tengas buen día. And yeah, we'll call it a session. All right, guys. Trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. Bye, guys.